So today we're talking about twin flames. And let me tell you, I know a lot of you have heard about twin flames, and I really want to talk about exactly what it means and why I'm not for you going after twin flames, okay? And so people, if you look up what twin flames is, it's basically mirror souls. It's like your other half. And sometimes a lot of people explain it where you meet somebody and it's like this automatic crazy attraction to that person with like no meaning, like no reason. It's like just came out of nowhere, this instant attraction. You're so drawn to them and you just can't stop thinking about them, or you can't stop trying to get near them, right? And so this is a danger of twin flames. And I've heard it amongst the women in this community before. That's my twin flame. And I'm all about, Jackie Loor, I'm your love coach. And I'm trying to empower you on your dating journey so you can be intentional and learn how to discern who's for you and who's not. And if they're not aligned to you, you say bye-bye. But the problem with twin flames is that you don't say bye-bye. You're basically stuck trying to make it work with probably a very wrong match, right? And so like if you convince yourself, if your story in your head is like, that's my twin flame, no matter what red flags you're seeing, you're like, that's my twin flame. Like I belong with that person. So I am 100% not for twin flames. Not to say that it doesn't exist or it does exist. I don't care. What I do care about is I want you to have a healthy, lasting, long relationship, right? Forever, crazy love, a love where you can be completely real and authentically, zenfully you. And a lot of times with these twin flames, it's really toxic. It's not zen. Like that's the last thing it is. And so, I've heard about twin flames. I've talked about it with women in the community, but I wanted to dive into this Netflix. I'm late to the game here, but this Netflix documentary, 3 episodes that I just saw called Escaping Twin Flames. And it was shocking. Like I was like, get out of my face that this is actually like this exists. And I need to talk to you about it. So even if you haven't seen it, you should hear this episode because it will dive deeper into twin flames and why this can really be dangerous for you. And not only that, we talk about how, your self-worth and how you can become vulnerable to, dangerous people, manipulative people. So, and you might hear this episode of mine. And first of all, don't forget to subscribe if you're really trying to find a lasting, loving relationship and you want true guidance, right? From someone who is living proof of it, right? I have my person, I brought Will on and we've been 16 years married. But like, this is what's so crazy in the world that there's things called, these 2 people, Jeff and Shaleia Ayan, they started this thing called Twin Flames Universe. And, I am just, it's so sad, honestly, that so many people have fallen into their, deception and their lies. And so they are all saying, basically, Jeff and Shaleia are saying, we are twin flames. We know how to help you find your twin flame. That's what they claim. We guarantee it. And so what ends up happening, in the 3 episodes on Netflix, when you watch it, it is crazy hearing them. Like this is live footage from their coaching classes and how they shame and humiliate the women in that community. And they basically are saying, no matter what, you need to do what you need to do to get to your twin flame. So for example, for those of you who have seen, or even if you haven't, listen to this. Keely is one of the people that were on, she came forward about this organization, if you want to call it an organization. By the way, they basically are saying it's a cult. Jeff and Shaleia wanted to, not pay taxes. They tried to figure out what's the best way around taxes. So they created it, made it a religion and said Church of Union. And it's just so crazy. And he even claimed to be like, I look like Jesus. I'm the second coming of Christ. And people were so trusting of them that they followed him and did whatever they need to do. So let me go into Keely, for example. She met this guy, Colby, and she was like, there was this attraction there. And they were like, that's your twin flame. Like, that's what Jeff and Shaleia was saying. And Keely just went along and believed them and trusted them and said, oh my God. So, tried to force this relationship. They ended up getting married after 2 months of dating. And Keely wasn't happy. And she had to, have this facade because there's so much pressure from Jeff and Shaleia, because they were just all about, this works, we're twin flames, you're going to find yours. And even if Keely were to express any kind of concern or there's a problem, it doesn't matter. Like, that's your twin flame. You have to make it work. So like, one of the biggest problems that Keely was having was that Colby always wanted sex. And according to Jeff and, their bullshit, it's like sex, a man, needs to have it every single day. And, the woman has to go, has to do what the man wants. And it's so disgusting and vile. Like, it's just so disrespectful. And it's so opposite of a healthy, loving relationship. And when you even see and hear Jeff talk about it, about like how he talks to Shaleia, his partner, it's so disrespectful. It's, I feel like you should go watch the show. And if you aren't bothered by the way that Jeff is speaking to Shaleia, like, this is where you need to reflect. Like, wait, how is that not disturbing you? Like, it should definitely not sit well. Like, oh yeah, that's a normal, happy relationship. No, like, he is like, shh, I'm talking right now. Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, if the day Will ever talks to me like that, are you out of your mind? Like, I really, what's crazy is that everybody is sitting there listening to them, receiving, their students, and Jeff and Shaleia are their coaches. And they're like, this is what I want. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Pay attention to who you're listening to, who you're following. How does that couple behave? How are they treating each other? Are they treating each other with respect? Are they treating the students with respect? Is it like the way that he just spoke to Shaleia and the students was so disrespectful, so rude. He is so condescending. He's like, honestly nasty, like, just on so many levels. And so I want to make sure that I do this episode, because for any of you guys who have seen it or haven't, I want you to be aware of like the shitty people out there that take advantage of the vulnerable people who may not feel worthy of love, who might get into a very desperate place. And you may feel that. You may get to a place of like, I haven't found love. I've been alone forever. I don't know what I'm doing. And if you fall into this space, and this freaking guy is promising you, that you're a twin flame, a loving relationship forever, you will be manipulated. And when you watch the show, it is so heartbreaking to see these people. They're just used and abused. And seeing Jeff, and I mean, this is still a cult or organization, whatever you want to freaking call it, it still continues to thrive. Like, there's still people following it. And so, like, my mind is blown. I'm just like, how is this happening? And not only that, the students are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to basically, they're ruining their own lives. And so, like, understand what happened with Keely and Colby. Colby's forcing sex on her. She doesn't want to. She feels shame because she's being told by her coaches that this is what you need to do, is have sex no matter what. And she doesn't want to. And like, they even say to the other students, use sex, to get your twin flame. It does not matter if that person is married. It does not matter if that person says they're gay. It doesn't matter. If that's your twin flame, that trumps anything else. This is what they're saying. This is what Jeff and Shaleia are saying. Okay. And so I am like, it's actually really crazy what happens. The students are following. And like right now you might be listening and be like, well, those people are stupid. That's so crazy. Why wouldn't they? But when you're in this space of vulnerability, like, I don't want you to come from a place of judgment and being like, oh, how stupid those people are. I really feel sad for them, where, they're coming from a place of hurt and pain, and these people come in and take advantage of them. And, honestly, this is like happening when they were talking about it on the Netflix thing, and you've probably seen it too. A lot of people in position and in power, they try to take advantage of the weaker people. And so the point here is, what I really want you to hear me on is, like, there's two huge takeaways in this podcast episode that you're listening to, okay? Twin flames, if you've thought about it, if you feel like you have one, what I care more about for you, and I want you to reflect on, is you want a partner that makes you shine brighter in the world, adds value to your life, okay? So you got to know your worth, and you have to know what is truly aligned, what you want that aligns to your values and to your vision for your future. And so this is why I'm so big on writing a list. That's what I do with my clients. And I'm like, we're going to do a list. We're going to talk about each single item on the list. And these are not about physical, superficial bullshit. Chemistry is definitely important, but I'm talking about deep values, right? And so, like, someone who doesn't respect women, someone who doesn't want a woman to work, or someone who, isn't, one of them was a criminal, like, little, what's her name? Oh my God, Marley on the show. She's 19. And she, this guy sends her a message, Joshua. Jeff and Shaleia are like, that's your twin flame. And Marley is so creeped out by this guy. He's 11 years older, which I'm not, against age difference like that. But she is young, 19, right? And he has a criminal record. And when she tries to express that to Jeff and Shaleia, they're like, well, you need to find out, like, his reason. And he's her twin flame. You have to support him. She ends up moving and with Joshua. You guys, it's like crazy. He's so creeping her out. She's not happy. She is actually scared. And they don't give a shit about Marley. Like, they just don't. And you can see it. There's live footage of how they talk to Marley, and they're not giving her good advice at all. They're giving her advice, actually, that would only help their cause. And their cause is, hey, pay us thousands of dollars. We'll help you find love, quote unquote, find your twin flame, and everything's going to be happily ever after for you, right? But that means, put the blinders on. You're not paying attention to the criminal records. You're not paying attention. Oh, they're gay. Literally, there's one of the students was like, oh, I'm in love with him. Oh, but now he's gay. No, he's not. He's not. He's just, you're taking the masculine energy. You're taking it away from him. You need to be more feminine. You guys, I was like, I seriously was so... I had to like pause it. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And then not only that, like, when the woman would hear that, I think it was Angie was saying that, she was like, okay, what do I need to do? And sending messages to him, you're my twin flame. And he's like, stop, you're not my twin flame. Like, stop this, right? And so there's another one that you guys have to hear about. Oh my God. And this is where it gets like... they start to say, well, you know what? Some of the members were like, I haven't found my twin flame. And it's been like years. Like, they're like, I'm paying you thousands of dollars. It's been like however many months or year, whatever. And they see Keely and Colby are like the poster twin flame couple, right? But like, where are the other couples? They're not happening, right? So what does Jeff and Shaleia do? Like, what do they do? And this sounds like a horror film. Like, it doesn't sound like a reality. Like, this even happened, right? So they start saying, oh, we can channel your twin flames. We know who your twin flame is, and they're in this group. But what's going on? The majority of the people in that group are women. So they're like, wait, but I'm not a lesbian. People are like, what's going on? It's like, no, it's because your divine masculine energy, that means you have to now, they're suggesting, and people were starting to do it, transition. So they were changing their sex to fit into the energy that Jeff and Shaleia told them they actually were, so they can be, they can fit with their twin flame. I'm like, okay, so people now are having surgeries, right, to change sex, and they're going, like, you guys, when you watch this, it's like they're just blindly following them. And yeah, it's giving cult. It's giving cult vibes. But like, it's so sad. It's so sad because at the end of the day, first of all, it's not sad that they're changing sex, because I'm all for it. And people that are trans and they're transgender and they're, figuring that out for themselves, that's one thing completely. And I 100% respect that. But this is different. This is where someone is telling you this is what you need to be. And so that this causes, and then there's a whole thing on that episode that you should really watch, because it's like they're not respecting the transgender community and what they have gone through. And instead they're like, oh yeah, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be a man now, and you're going to be a woman now. Like it's just absolutely just like bullshit. It just is bullshit how Jeff and Shaleia are handling that, right? And it's actually the way that they're manipulating them. It's so sad. So at the end of the day, what I'm telling you, and I hope you can take from this, okay, is where are you at with your self-worth? Where are you at when you're all on your own, you don't have any distractions, and you don't have the TV and the phone and the Instagram and the Twitter, whatever bullshit, all the stuff, and the drinking and the drugs or whatever. Like, when you're all on your own, right? How are you feeling? Like, are you feeling happy all on your own? Because that's where I want you to be. And I feel like 100% when you see these people on the show, it's like they're vulnerable. They're so sad. They are so sad and alone. And because of that, they are vulnerable to people and predators and like that. Like, it's just so sad to see them fall victim to people like that, right? And so I hope that this episode helps you reflect. Okay, obviously you might be hearing this and be like, I would never do that. That would never happen to me. And like, let me know, drop me a comment in the YouTube comments if you're listening there, or send me an Instagram DM at @theJackieLoor. But I truly want to hear if any of this is resonating with you. Like, have you ever had a twin flame, or do you have one now that you've been trying to make it work desperately? And, are you thinking maybe this is not the right path for you? Maybe you should not be pursuing your twin flame blindly. It's about saying, are they really aligned to you? And if not, it's bye-bye time. It really is. Don't be scared to say bye-bye to a twin flame, because a twin flame could be really toxic to you and only take away your beautiful energy instead of adding value to you. Okay? And then the other thing is, a big takeaway from this whole episode and this whole show is, healing from your traumas. Some of these people have definitely gone through trauma, but they haven't healed, and they have trusted the wrong people to help them heal. Okay, like they're talking about the mirror exercise over and over, and like they're in the hands of these people that are not truly caring for their well-being. You could feel when you watch the episodes, you see Jeff and Shaleia only care about themselves, only care about money, and they're not coming from a place of, let me help you find your partner that adds value to you. They can care less about that. They just want to get you together with someone so then they have better success stories and sell their bullshit, And so, have you done that inner work? Therapy? Have you healed your trauma? Have you worked with good coaches that actually care about you? If you have gone through trauma, if you have gone through any kind of struggles and you are still in it, or you still haven't taken steps to heal, this should be a cautionary tale. As much as you think none of this would ever happen to me, perhaps you're listening to this as a light on your path to help you to heal, to take steps towards healing. Okay. I feel so much better talking to you about it. After I saw it, I was just like, no, there's no way that I'm gonna watch this and not do an episode about it, because I was so blown away and grossed out and just saddened by the people that are controlling and manipulating the vulnerable. Okay, so shoot me a message, connect with me, let me know on YouTube. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe in twin flames? Does that even exist? Do you have a twin flame? And have you ever fallen victim to someone like this? Oh my God. And what if you are a twin flame universe? Oh my gosh. What if you're in it? Or what if you were in it? I want to hear about it. And let me know any other thoughts that you have. Okay. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you never settle for anything less than crazy love, because it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time. Thank you.